Okay, so real quick on some more overcoming of objections. So this objection Jen got last week was this, sounds good, but I just need some income I can count on. I need something consistent, right? So Jen, you give me the objection and then I'll overcome it the way I think would
Okay.
work.
Hey, I really appreciate your time. I mean, it sounds great. But first of all, I've never done sales, but then second of all, I'm nervous because I just need some income that I just know for sure that I can count on every week.
Hey, Jen, listen, I totally get that, right? It's hard to count on something that you don't know and would be sort of like potentially like intermittent. Is that fair?
You're right.
Yeah. But can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Are you making any income right now?
No, no. No,
Okay, so any income, even if it's inconsistent, would be better than zero. Am I right?
that's true.
Okay, well, perfect. And remember when we talked about the whole like best case, worst case scenario,
Right.
right? I mean, hey, worst case scenario, you're going to come in, you're going to get a license, it's yours forever. Yeah.
Mhm.
Education and money and finance, because you told me you needed that and you needed that plan, you needed that GPS and that blueprint, right? Well, hey, if the worst case thing that happens, Jen, is you come in and you get a license, it's yours forever. You could go work at some other office if you wanted to, right? It'll be consistent. You'll show up, you'll work for 40 hours, you'll probably cold call a bunch of people. But that wasn't what you were looking for, right?
Right.
So
Right.
so here's what I would propose. Let's get you going, let's get you licensed, right? You can make
Mhm.
as much money as you want. And if you decide it's not for you, well, you have the license, you'll have the education and money and finance, and you only made a little bit of money along the way because you're gonna at least make a bonus and it's gonna pay you back for your license. Is that fair?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Awesome. Listen, I'm going to get this application pulled up. What do you think you're most excited about right now?
Well, maybe making some money rather than
Yeah,
no money.
making some money, right? Because some's better than nothing, right?
Right.
Awesome. And here's the best thing too. You can keep working and finding another job that's going to be that consistent thing that you want until this thing becomes big enough.
Right.
Is that fair?
True.
And look,
True.
and if even if you decide to just become a silent partner, you send me a client every month, I'll help that client. You're going to make a few $100 for nothing. I mean, wouldn't you like some money for nothing?
Oh yeah, he wouldn't. Yeah.
Nobody's going to say no to free money. Am I right?
Right. Right.
Yeah. So listen, I mean, so how soon do you want to start making that extra few $100 a month?
Oh, like now.
Like right now? Perfect.
Yeah.
15 questions in 3 minutes.
Mhm.
How many times did you tell me no?
Never.
Not unless I wanted you to.
Right.
But rambling about how great it's been and how much you've learned and all this other stuff, that's you talking. I need you asking so that they can talk. That's the difference. If you're telling, you're selling. Always. If you're telling, you're selling, right? Hey, great, I hear you. I hear what you just said. And give it back and then use it against them. But did you hear all of the tie downs that I brought back? That's because I had tied you down all the way through that process. And you told me all of those things. Had I not tied you down through that process and had those questions answered, I wouldn't be able to go back to that. But that's why it's always important as you're going through the recruiting script to put those things out there, right? I mean, let's be honest, like, having a plan is better than not having a plan. Am I right? Awesome. So, like outside of yourself, who's currently handling your money and finances and financial planning? Nobody? Awesome. Well, I mean, that's really what we do. We teach people how money works. I mean, so Jen, let's be honest. Do you want my help or do you want the education and money and finance for yourself or both?
Both.
Both. Perfect. Right? That's what most people and you so you got to keep pulling it out and then you got to give it right back. Because if you give it back to them in their own words, they said it. It's got to be true. Affirm, answer, close, guys. Nowhere inside of affirm, answer, close does the word ramble appear, right? And that's the hardest part. I know I'm making a joke, right? And unfortunately, it's at your expense right now. But but that's what happens too when people like start setting appointments for the first time. You take something that's supposed to take less than 2.5 minutes and you drag it out to 20 when you should have gotten on the phone, set the appointment, and got your ass right off that call because that's what a professional would do. Otherwise, you're just having a conversation with a friend. You're not setting an appointment. That's that's the real difference, right? And so with like with that, what do you think that that lady would have said?
Yeah, that immediate, wouldn't you agree that, you know, what are you making right now? Well, you
How,
really
how
need to
can
be,
how can you
yeah,
refute me if you're making $0 right now? Well, hey, like I mean, Jen, let's be honest. Like how much longer do you want to consistently make $0?
right.
I
That's a
mean, right now you have something consistent right now, Jen, and it's making you $0 consistently. Is that what you want to keep doing? No. So how quickly do you want to start making some extra money?
yeah, today.
Today? Perfect. Listen, we're gonna get you all signed up today. We're gonna knock out your IBA, right? We're gonna get your website set up. We'll get your secret agent number. It's like 007, but way cool. You can't have that one anyway. It's 5 digits, right? So sorry. Right. We're gonna knock this out. I'll get you enrolled in your licensing curriculum. Like right now, you could be in that thing in like the next 15 minutes. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Awesome. What are you most excited about?
Possibility of making money
Yeah, because something's better
rather
than
than not
nothing. Am I
making
right?
money. Yes.
Right. I'm right back in it. Right. If that's the tie down that I'm gonna use on you, I ain't letting it go. I ain't letting it go until you sign that damn IBA, that's for sure. Right? Because I'm either getting reset personally, or I'm getting somebody a bonus, or I'm getting somebody else reset. I'm leaving with something. And that's where it comes to always like staying in the close. But remember, two, right? Two of these, one of these. The more you ask and then shh and listen, the better you're going to be. People love talking about themselves. They do. They love the sound of their own voice. Let them talk. Let them talk. But if you're too busy doing this, they just feel like they're being sold something. So that was a good one, though. That was a good one. That was one. I don't think we had that one before.
I
No
don't know who
money.
it was, but I was
Yeah.
watching some clip yesterday, and it's more internal. I don't know that would help with an objection, but I really liked it that we've been so conditioned to link our income, our limited income to our limited time. And, an opportunity like this is really unlimited income opportunity, and it's not linked to the time necessarily.
Yeah. So how would you, could you like Jeopardy, right? Could you put that in the form of a question or could you put that in the form of an objection? Or is it really, or is it just like an insight more than anything?
I was just an insight. I was just saying, I mean, in the form of a question, I would say, I mean, I'm a salaried employee.
Yeah.
If I worked any extra time, I wouldn't get any extra income. I might get these credit hours or something and take more time off. But, if you put in extra time for yourself, because I mean, a lot of us, that's who we count on. If I can depend on anybody, I'm going to depend on myself first,
There you
right?
go.
So if I'm looking to make the income, I know I'll hustle for myself and my family more than anybody else will.
Okay, well here we go. Let me do this. So, I mean, Michelle, let's be honest, right? I used to work a salaried job. I was in the army. You're a salaried employee right now, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Can you go into your boss at any point and say, "Hey boss, like I know I normally make 5 grand a month. I need to make 12 this month."
No,
No?
no,
Would he laugh at you?
probably. Yes.
Probably think you're joking. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, you call me and tell me and you say, "No, I need to make 12 grand." I'm gonna say, "Cool, get on the calendar. We'll put a plan together." and we'll just back into the math and I'll show you exactly what you need to do. Because there's no limits here. Is that fair?
Yes.
Yeah. Would you like to have the opportunity to be able to make literally as much money as you would want?
Yes.
I mean, I mean, Michelle, let's be real. Like you've never had anything in the past where legally, right? Legally, you legally, right? Hey, I don't want to know what you used to do, but legally,
That's
right?
right.
You could wake up and decide that today you're going to go make $1,000 or
Yeah.
5,000 or 10,000. Am
Yeah.
I right? Perfect. Listen, now you do. Now you do. And it's going to be a little weird, right? You're going to have to get used to the ability to do that because it's not normal. You're 100% right. Nobody talks about that. Nobody, like you're either limited with money, right? And you don't have enough, so you can't do the thing that you want, or you have money, but you're limited on time because you got to spend all your time to make the money. Am I right?
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, you're always going to be short on one, money or time. Which one are you willing to give up? And
Money.
that's, well, yeah, money, right? And that's the normal trade-off for most people, but not here. I want you to have both. I want you to have financial freedom and time freedom. And when you've built something big enough, well, that's what happens. That's what happens, right? Because I mean, let's be honest. Would you rather be an employee forever, or would you rather be the business owner and have your name on the building?
Ladder.
Yeah, the business owner, right? Because what do business owners have? Employees, right?
Yeah. That's true.
Employees. And that's how the business owner gets free. The business owner is responsible at the end of the day, but he also or she also doesn't necessarily have to be there 15, 20 hours a day. Once you've built up a staff and you have some managers and you have people that can execute, am I right? Mhm. Welcome to
Yeah.
Primerica. What are you
No,
most
yeah.
what are you most excited about? Let's get you
Hmm.
going.
Yeah.
Right. And
No, I
listen,
think
guys,
it's
and then that next tie down always has to be the action directing tie down, right? What are you most excited about? How soon do you want to get started making that extra money? How soon do you want to get that education in money and finance? How soon do you want to get started on getting that licensing? It's whatever they said, whatever that thing is that is really like the most important thing to them. Give it back and then drag them in. That, but that requires listening, active listening, right? Active listening, not husband listening. Matt. Active listening. Oh, I got Emily with that one.
yeah. Hey, I have this is completely off the topic a little bit, but have you ever employed one of your children as a
Yes.
tax write-off? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Because I was kind of wondering about going that route with Abigail. So
You can, right? Um, the IRS says that it has to be age appropriate work and compensation.
right.
Now, what is age appropriate? Well, it's up to you, right? But you can't pay a 3-year-old like 50 grand a year. Now, if no, right? But if she's the face of a marketing campaign that produced 5 million in revenue, sure you can, right? But if she's
Yeah.
just like sitting around looking cute, probably not.
Yeah.
7 to 10 year olds, yeah, I mean they can sweep an office, they can shred papers, they can clean glass, they can that's all like age appropriate stuff, right? Yeah, and you can pay them, you can put them now in order to pay them, you need an LLC or an S corp or something along those lines, right? Because you have
Yeah.
to have an actual business entity. Otherwise, you're just giving them an allowance. So
Right. Corey has one through his book writing. So,
there you go. Yep.
but
Put them
yeah.
put them on
And I
payroll.
would keep it under 15 grand anyways, so I don't have to report it as income for her just yet.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
it's just a way to start her like Roth IRA. And
1,000%. Yes.
so
1,000% yes.
sorry, that was it.
No, you're good. That's a great question. All right, that's a great question. What else, guys? What else? Chastity, for you, we need to get you. So you've got your fifth recruit, right? And you got it this month. And now you're what, $400 away from your next bonus. So that tiny policy, whatever, like $400 AP app is a $300 bonus. You will literally make more money in the bonus than the person writing the policy. I'm not joking, right? I'm not joking. Watch. Look, here's the math. 400 AP. I mean, what the hell even is that a month, right? $33. Yeah, I'm pretty good at math. So look, 400 AP, right? Let's say Haley writes the whole thing herself. She makes 320, but her advance, which would be equivalent to your bonus, is less than your bonus. There it is, right? So for 30 bucks, $33 a month, you'd be setting up for a $300 bonus. And I mean, I've never really denied anybody a promotion if they hit their 5 by 5, even though it's not in your first 30 days. I'd probably still give it to you. I could be convinced. I'm coachable. Doesn't
She's
hurt.
showing up with these meetings
I know, right? And
every
that's
day.
what I'm saying. Like you're here. It's not like you're just like off in the ether, like not plugging in, not doing anything, not wanting it kind of thing. Like, yeah, like girl, go get a friggin' 400 AP app on somebody and get yourself a $300 bonus and a 60% contract, please. Right? Like that, like, but guys, like you got to show people that. If you've got somebody that's that close, you got to show it to them, right? You got to show it to them because it's people believe what they see, not what they hear. Right. So I mean, Chris, I mean Chastity, let's be honest. Who can we get in front of? Anybody. Who do you know that's at least 18 that we can swing $33 a month on, $34 a month just to be safe, right? And if you need to do the exact math, just do 5,000 minus the premium you got. I don't know what it was. It might even be less. Hell, but yeah, I think you had like 46 something on your bonus account right now.
Like
So
375.
there you go. So even less, right? So it'd be 25 less, I mean $31 a month.
Trying to get with some of my coworkers and get something with them and their grandchildren because they all
Yeah.
got grandkids. So
Yeah. I mean, so here you go, right? I mean, hey, like Chastity, so who do you know that has a bunch of grandkids? Like one person that has a bunch of grandkids. Anybody have
yeah,
like
she's got
three,
like
four,
five, I
five?
think.
Perfect. So here's your talk track. What's her name?
Oh, Tisha.
Keisha. Hey, Keisha, listen, girl, are you uh hold on. Today's Emmy's actual like real birthday today, so
Thank you.
you're welcome. Happy birthday. Go have fun. Or
Happy
no, you're
birthday,
going shopping.
Amy.
She already left. Right. So hey, Keisha, girl, how you doing? You good? How them grandbabies? How many you got? 12? 13? She gonna laugh, right? But no, 5. I knew. How old are they? And she's gonna rattle them off, right? Assuming they're all 17 and younger, right? Hey, do you have any sort of like coverage on the grandbabies? Is that something you've ever thought about before? Have you ever wanted to put life insurance on them? Most people do, right? You say, look, most people like they want to do that like Gerber grow up thing. If you did that
Right.
for all 5 of them, you'd probably be spending like 80, $90 a month, and they'd all be covered for 10 grand. Let me do this. Let's set up an appointment, right? We'll sit down with one of my regional manager, my regional leader, my regional vice president, whatever, right? And let them show you what it looks like. You can cover all 5 of those grandbabies on a rider for 25,000 each, and it'd be like 13 bucks total. And they're all covered for 25,000 each. But it's a rider, so you might have to put a little bit of coverage on yourself or somebody, right? But I mean, do you even have coverage on yourself outside of work right now?
When I talked to her yesterday, she said that she had some that her mom had got all their kids when they were young,
Mhm.
and they still pay on that every month. Because I did get on her yesterday about it.
Yeah. So she's covered by something her mom has been paying on for 50 years.
Right.
Okay. Listen, I'm glad that you're covered right now, but God forbid something happens to you. Who's getting the money from that policy? Your mom, right?
Right.
Anybody relying on your income right now?
She's single.
Okay, perfect. But like let's be honest, if something happened to you, would you want to be a blessing to your kids?
Yes.
Or would you want to be a burden? You want to be a blessing, right? So I mean, girl, look, even if you just want to cover the grandbabies, we can put something small on you for like 25, 30,000, and you can cover all those grandkids, and you've got a way to make sure that you're not a burden to the kids because you don't want to be a GoFundMe. Am I right?
Okay.
Awesome. Look, it'll take like 30 minutes. We'll hop on a Zoom call. It'll be great training for me, and I just want you to understand more about what I'm doing on the side as well. When can we get together? Like tonight or tomorrow?
Okay.
Have Haley's calendar up. Book the appointment. If her calendar doesn't give you the time you need, use mine. Okay?
All right.
But
Will
guys,
do.
that's it. You have to appeal to them in a language that they understand that's going to hit, right? Grandparents care about grandchildren. But if they have grandchildren, what do they also have?
Mhm.
Children.
Adult children. Generally. Now they could have passed,
Right.
right? They could have right? But if there's a grandchild, there had to be something in between,
Right.
right? And so if they have a grandchild, right? Hey, listen, I mean, we can cover all the grandkids on one small policy for you because as a grandparent, you can cover all of them. Like, listen, my regional vice president told me his record's 15. They're all covered for 25,000 each, and it's still 13 bucks. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. But who's covering and who's taking care of your kids, right? One of my favorite tie downs when I'm on an appointment with somebody and they're going, "Oh, it's kind of too late for me. I missed the boat. I didn't start investing soon enough. I didn't." And I say, "Hey, great, right, Chassie, I totally understand that." And I hear that from a lot of people. But can I ask you a question? If I could put you in a time machine right now and rewind the clock 30 years, right? 30 years. You get to start over. You get to go back with all the knowledge that you have right now. And you can't cheat, right? Like you can't go buy Amazon and Google and all that stuff. You can't cheat. But just knowing that if you were putting money in the market consistently and investing, would you go back and do it differently?
Yes.
Of course, right? Like everybody would, right? Well, guess what that time machine actually is, Chastity? It's your adult kids, right? Your adult kids are 20, 25, 30, right? Change it to whatever they are, right? Roll that clock analogy back to whatever that sounds like for them. Like, look, that time machine is your adult kids. So let's do this. Let's set some appointments with your adult kids. Let's get in front of them. Let's show them what that looks like so that we don't make that same mistake. Because if you could keep them from making the same mistakes as you, well, that's kind of like the definition of being a parent. Am I right?
All right.
Yeah. Perfect. So when can we get together with those adult kids? Like today or tomorrow? Yes. Yes. Guys, like that. Look, there's so much crap that just like rolls around up here sometimes. I can't put it all on the script, right? I don't know. But that's why I record these because I don't know. But that's that stuff just like being able to tie somebody down with that and bring them back, right? Parents care about their kids, grandparents care about grandkids. They also care about kids, but like let's be real, they care more about them grandkids because like
Right.
these jokers got a shot already. Then they already proved that they kind of ain't coachable for the most part. But those grandkids, right? I got a shot with them. Plus, I can spoil them and give them back, right? And that's where like and it's not taking advantage of someone's like what they care about, but you're protecting what they care about, right? You got to it's the other side of that coin because everybody like, oh, well, you're just taking advantage of them because they care about the grandkids. No, you dummy. I'm just making sure that the thing that they care about is actually protected. The big difference. There's a
Right.
big difference, but it's perspective. It's perspective, right? Just like people always find what they're looking for, right? Because the other way to look at that is I'm just protecting what they actually care about, and that's my job. That's my job. Right?
Right.
So what else we got? I got, well, 15 minutes. I need a break before my 10 o'clock. What else, guys? Anything? Any other objection, things you're getting, right? Doing stuff over the phone or doing stuff via text message? Now, let's be real. I know text guilty, right? Text message. Why? Because that's how most people communicate. I did that. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I did that entire policy change form yesterday. Took a client from $94 a month to $264 a month over text. But, but that's because I have a long relationship with her husband. I've known him for like 15 years. They've been clients now for 2.5. This was not random. We met a week and a half ago to go back over the increase that she was already doing. She was going from 150 to 250. The 250 came back, the extra 100 came back, approved yesterday, right? So I messaged her, hey, your increase is back, everything's good, right? Did you still want to look at saving, not adding more coverage? Did you still want to look at saving money on that other policy and getting more coverage? Not do you want to pay me more money, right?
Mhm.
So watch this. I'm gonna go find the text and we're gonna read this together. I'm gonna show you exactly what I did. So hang on. Because I want you guys to see the transitions because she stalled on me too. And she's like, oh, well, like let me talk to him. Let me talk to Don. Hold on. Here it is. But I want you guys to see this. And I want you guys to start like internalizing. All right, here we go. Hang on. I just found it. Now, again, don't do this over text message unless you have a deep relationship with people. So look, this is the old stuff, old stuff. What's that costing you? 450. What? Holy smoke, that's crazy, right? And so like these are like old text messages, right? And so she said, yeah, but it's money I can get back if I decide to cancel my policy. This is where the education side came in. She didn't even understand how her whole life policy works, right? And so, oh, and my mom and dad had always told me that it's better than term. People don't know what they don't know, right? They don't know. And so this is where you have to be the one educating people, okay? Grab a copy of your policy. These are old, right? These are from like weeks ago. Uh, we actually went with the whole life because he was able to convert. So like he got declined with us because he had some stuff in his record. He had an old policy. They were able to convert it, right? I think we're just going to stick with it and add more to the term, right? Okay. So look what they're paying. 450 for mine, 475 for his. His is 300, mine was 350. That's what they're paying, guys. They're paying almost $1,000 a month. Crazy. Now, for his age and what he had going on, for 300,000 for him, the cost, like not the end of the world, right? He's 52 and he's got some health stuff, right? Um, and so started showing them some different things, right? Showed her the table that was in her policy. Again, this was a month ago, right? Month ago. Had to get back on another appointment. Hey, I'm sorry, I need to reschedule. Right? This is going back a month, right? Hey, does Friday work? Don's is busy. Okay, blah, 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 right? 2 weeks go by. Hey, how was the weekend? Not, hey, let's get together and talk about life insurance, right? Hey, how was the weekend? Uh, and then I didn't want to sit on that appointment. The friggin' national championship game was on. So we moved it. right? And so we moved it. 2 weeks go by, 3 weeks go by, right? We finally got together. Her increase was already in, so we were waiting on that to come back. She had rescheduled her medical, all this good stuff, right? Okay. I have plans tomorrow. Perfect. Hey, same account again. Perfect. Yes. Right. Cancel. Look. And then Saturday, right? Are you free at all? Right? We got back on a call, sat down with her and Dawn, went back over some few things, right? Was showing them VA stuff. He had never took his VGLI directly because I was telling him, look, dude, this is one of those cases where versus what you're paying right now, you should just take it. He's like, oh, I'm outside the 210 days, yada, yada, yada. This is yesterday. So again, this is weeks in the making. This is weeks in the making. Hey, good morning. Your policy and extra cover issued. You're approved. It came back as requested, right? And it's 100K for 40. And I told her exactly what it was. If you want to add the extra coverage, now's a good time to do it since you just had the lab work done. You wouldn't have to do it again. We had already talked about that, right? So this is just following up on things that would be there. How much more for 350, right? I thought she just wanted another 100K. She meant 350 on top of it, right? And so then we're going back and forth, right? Back and forth. Better off adding 350, take the total coverage, 90 more, right? And then I was kind of just explaining that back and forth. Yes, okay, sounds good. But look right here, 500K total and the minors covered 25K each puts your payment at 185. But you're paying almost 500 right now for 300K. I had to remind her. Yes, okay, that sounds good, right? Sounds good. I need to do some paperwork real quick. Can you send me your driver's license? Blah, blah, blah. Right? Because when you do the policy change form, nothing saves. Right? It's kind of annoying. It's really stupid. Oh, and then she goes, hey, can you see how much it would be for another 100K? Sure. Right? Height, weight, blah, blah, blah. 600K on you, 500K. So every 100K is that. Oh, let me look at one more thing. Right? Let me look at one more thing. 750 and 25 on the kids is 264. Bulk discount. She's Asian. She loves a discount. Right? This is understanding banding levels. Give me a second. She's calling her husband, right? I just want to check with Don, see what he thinks. For sure. Look, reminding them of what we already did. When we talked about it before, he said it made sense because we'd take the difference of what you're overpaying in the other policy and start investing it. Yes, but I want to see if I should go here or here, right? This whole amount you gave me is including what I already have. Yes, yes, yes. So I sent her these things, right? Can you give me about an hour so I can talk to Don? Of course. Gave her 2 hours. What did you decide? 600 or 750? We're doing this, right? We're doing this. Which one do you want? He hasn't called yet. If you're already spending 500 on half the coverage, either way, you're kind of in a win-win regardless. Let's go with 750. It's a no-brainer, guys. It's a no-brainer. Then I was explaining the IBR to her. Look, we'll talk about that, right? We already removed it from your original. It's only there if you want it. Once the rest is enforced, don't cancel your stuff, right? But look, you can't do that unless you have a relationship already. It can be done, but you can't do that unless they have a relationship with you already. If it's the first time, do not text them. You need to call and set the appointment. Okay. Look, if you aren't sure about your appointment setting skills, call anybody on this screen right now and practice setting an appointment. I'm booked from 10, 11, 12, 12:30, 1:30. I'm free at 1:30. If you need to practice, call me at 1:35. Text me first. No, are you still free? Yes, call me and we will practice setting an appointment. Okay. Listen, when like brand new in the business, I came in August of 22. Wendy Burtnick was our first regional vice president that we promoted. In the beginning, it was me and Wendy. I can still remember to this day a Saturday afternoon that we spent probably 2.5 hours together on a Zoom call, turning cameras on and off, practicing being on the phone, setting appointments. And I was an asshole. I was a complete dick because I didn't know any better. And I was mean AF. But you know what she got really, really good at? Setting freaking appointments. Because I drill sergeant ran it for 2.5 hours. And I'm pretty sure she was emotionally spent afterwards because I was not nice. And Traylon knows Wendy. But I tell you what, that girl got set a freaking appointment. Listen, I don't like if you need me to beat it into you, I can. Repetitive blunt force trauma works. You'll figure it out eventually. Ask the army. It works. I would rather not go that route if I don't need to anymore, right? Call each other, practice setting appointments, be nice to each other, right? Be very, very nice. Give zero objections on the first one, then reset and give one objection. Hey, I just need to talk to my husband, right? Overcome that. If you can't overcome that, stop, drop, and roll, fix it, and reset and role play again until you can consistently overcome that objection. And if you catch yourself start rambling, Jen, stop. You need like a safe word to like Pavlovian snap you out of that to come right back into yes, yes, overcome the objection, affirm, answer, close, and move on. That's your biggest downfall right now is you start like you meander, right? You're like a babbling brook. Not like, but it's
Yeah.
like in a good way because you're just like espousing all of the goodness, but it's not concise enough. That's the big thing.
Somebody taught me a trick about how to short circuit your brain when you're doing that or doing something like that, ruminating. Start doing a math problem in your mind and it switches right brain to left brain. Like just go 12 times 7.
I mean, I don't know that I could like think about that to make myself do that in the moment. I don't
I
know.
wouldn't have the right answer, but it would make me stop. Like,
Hey, whatever, right? That works. Like if that works for you, cool. I would rather you just get consistently good at affirm, answer, close and not have to like waste those extra brain power juices on that. Because if you're not thinking about that, you could be thinking about the next thing and anticipating the objection that you're about to get.
I
Right?
think when Andy mentioned those flashcards yesterday, I actually had a flashcard ad come across my Instagram because they're all listening. But you can buy objection flashcards
Yeah.
for $53. I'm like, shoot, we could make that, or I could just make some.
Just go back and watch the YouTube, guys.
Yeah,
There was only, I don't have any money, which is more of a condition than an objection. So I need to talk to my spouse. I don't have the time, but that means you didn't get rid of that objection up front because you didn't do the tie down correctly about the different position levels, right? So you would agree that 5 hours of extra a week is not too much time for you, am I right? Perfect. You'd be a perfect silent partner. Remove the objection before it comes. That's the way it's designed. I need to do some research. Great. I don't want to recruit anybody. I'm not good at sales. These aren't even really objections. These are just complaints. I want to look at my other policy first. It's a scam. Guys, I mean, in reality, there's like 7 objections that you need to get comfortable consistently overcoming. That's about it. And the best way to not get an objection is to not get it in the first place. And that's the whole point. And if you're setting those things up, right, you're introducing the objection, you're controlling it, and then you remove it because they gave you an answer. Well, I mean, Jen, you told me already that an extra 5 to 10 hours a week isn't going to be a big deal. So what makes you think you wouldn't have the extra time for those? You could probably find an extra 5 to 10 hours a week you spend just scrolling on Instagram. I mean, we all could, right? Awesome. So would you rather take that, 5 to 10 hours and turn it into an income producing activity or just keep giving people likes and views and follows and stuff? Kind of hard to say no to that one, right? So guys, there's only like 7 objections, maybe 6, right? Write them down, put them on a flashcard, write down the ones that you've gotten, and then write down on the back, affirm, answer, close. Hey, John, I totally understand. That makes sense. I do that too, right? Get on the same side of the fence. But can I ask you a question? But can I ask you a question? Yes, get a yes, right? Just like Ben Affleck, get a yes out of him. If you were drowning and I threw you a life raft, would you grab it? Yes, good, right? Get a yes. You guys hear me do it all the time. Get a yes. And I know it sounds silly. Can I ask you a question? Look at my face. It's subtle, but it matters, right? It's subtle, but it matters. And look, back in the day,
I had oh, sorry,
no, go ahead, go ahead.
really quickly, I had a conversation with my husband yesterday, and uh, my
Oh, you're breaking up. Michelle, you got that bootleg like driving into DC internets right now. She all right, she's going. I think where she was going with that is that she ended up tying him down and got and a firm answer closed him. If I had to guess, we'll see. If she comes back, we'll let it rip. But you back?
can you hear me now or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna kill your video. Maybe it'll save some bandwidth. Hang on.
No, I was telling him that the hardest. Oh, oh man.
No, you're good. You're good. I killed your video on purpose.
Okay, okay. No, I was telling him the hardest part of this business is going to be getting out of my own way and out of my own head, um, to move forward because I've been an analyst my whole life. So it's like I overanalyze everything.
Yep.
And but funny thing is Abigail, my soon to be 8-year-old, she goes around the house now. Can I get a yes and a yes? Can I get a yes and a yes?
I love it. I love it. Guys, listen, kids are are sponges. And so when we say more is caught than taught, it's true. There are things that your kids will start replicating that you can't physically teach them because they won't listen. But just by watching and observing, they will start doing, right? And so that's like one of the crazy parts about the business is people are just going to pick up stuff. And we always say, look, people will pick up and do half of what you do well, half of the good you do, right? You write 10,000 personal a month, your people might write four or five. Okay. But they'll double the bad. They will end up doubling the bad things you do, right? You're late to meeting by 2, 3 minutes, your people won't show up until 5 to 10 minutes into the meeting because that's the example that you said. But you're early, you're on time, your camera's on, you're present. That's what they'll do. Who has the most people consistently showing up to every hierarchy meeting? Us. Who's on time? Who's early? Us. Because that's the example that I set. I can't make you do it, but you see me do it, right?
So do you teach?
That's it. That's it, right? People are going to copy what you do. And if you know that your kids are picking up and watching what you do, what example are you setting for them? Right? And so that's that's what I'll leave you with, guys. And so here's a fun piece about me that you don't know yet, or maybe you do, I don't know. When I was enlisted, I enlisted and came into the Army, and I went into the military intelligence branch. My original MOS, my occupational specialty, was an interrogator. So I am a trained like reader of people. Now, that was a lifetime ago. It was 25 years ago. But that stuff doesn't go away, right? But you don't have to be trained to just understand and listen to people and use their own words back to them. You just have to be a good listener. But when I say words have meaning, that's where that comes from, right? Because if I said, like, if I was doing an interrogation practicing or whatever, and I said, spell your, like, hey, what's your name? right? Somebody might say it, and I would say, "Okay, spell it." And the trainers would say IT. Like, no, spell your name. Yourname. I get it, Jen. Your name's Jennifer. Please spell Jennifer. Then, right, words have meaning. So it teaches you to be very, very explicit with the words you're using. And it also makes you listen. Okay. So there's a fun fact. Your coach is an interrogator, just in case you didn't know. All right, guys, I got 10 o'clock. I'm about to be late. Bye.